Some say that Donald J. Trump, is a narcissist. Is this true? Do you all think this is true? Well, let's take a look at this. Our insane times require reality. My name is Dean, and I'm here to keep it real. So let's look at this question of whether Donald Trump is a narcissist or possibly has what psychologists and psychiatrists call narcissistic personality disorder. As Dr. Todd Grande says, I'm not here diagnosing, I'm just commenting, speculating on what might be happening in a situation like this. Like what? Like Donald Trump being president and the allegation that some say he is a narcissist. Now, the Diagnostical and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, called the DSM, outlines criteria, specifically 9 areas in which someone needs to have 5 or more of those to be considered to have narcissistic personality disorder. Or more broadly, does someone have narcissistic personality traits? So, thinking about everything that we know about Donald J. Trump, the current president, let's look at these 9 areas of criteria. One is that they believe they are special. They believe that they are special or unique. Well, clearly Donald Trump believes he's special. He believes he's unique. He very much believes he was anointed and definitely has, in a more general sense, many believe that he has an excessively oversized ego. He definitely believes that he's very special and that there's no one like him and that he's the best and greatest and smartest and best at everything he does. So I think clearly it's pretty fair to say that, yeah, he definitely does believe that he's very special. Number 2, preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. I think we can see this in a variety of contexts in Donald Trump's behavior, from adorning the Oval Office with gold or his penthouse in Trump Tower that is just gold from wall to wall. His belief in that he has unlimited power. He says as president, I can do whatever I want. I'm the president, I can rule on things and no one can question that. He said that repeatedly, both during the first term and the current term. He believes that he's brilliant. He talks about passing cognitive exams as if they're IQ tests and thinks that it illustrates how brilliant he is. And so I think we pretty much say that, yes, he's certainly preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or ideal love. Number 3, envious of others or believes that others are envious of him. Well, I think his obsession with the idea that Barack Obama as president won a Nobel Peace Prize. And, a Nobel Peace Prize is one of those honors where you do certain things and then someone else nominates you and then you are granted that prize. It's not something you seek yourself. But Donald Trump, on the other hand, has been seeking to win one of these prizes for ages and thinks that he should be given one. And has spoken many times about this, and many times has spoken about Barack Obama winning one and his claims that, well, Barack Obama didn't do anything to win one. Clearly he is jealous of Barack Obama having won one and the fact that he has not won one. And I think there are many other contexts where he has commented on others and belittled the achievements of others, where he's belittled Joe Biden since the day he lost the election to Joe Biden. I think there's certainly a bit of envy in the fact that he can't tolerate the fact that Joe Biden beat him in the 2020 election, and that motivated him to try to overturn that election and deny that he won, even though he knew that he lost that election. But I think we can certainly see in just a wide context of behaviors of Donald J. Trump that he's definitely envious of others and believes that others are envy of, certainly would like to think that they're envy of him. The next is entitlement. Yes, Donald Trump is entitled in spades. He is definitely entitled. He thinks he has special privileges, special rights. He thinks he deserves more and better than anyone else. I think that's pretty clear from his behavior across a wide variety of contexts. So I'd have no doubt about that one, that he definitely has a sense of entitlement. And the more you look into narcissism and narcissistic personality disorder, a sense of entitlement is usually near the top. It's huge among those who are heavily narcissistic. They really do have a sense of entitlement and think that they have rights and privileges that exceed that of others and that they're deserving it. The next one is excessive admiration required. I don't think there's any doubt about this. Everything Trump does is to get admiration. Another term for this is narcissistic supply that you see commonly used, and it covers the behavior of individuals that have narcissistic personality traits where they'll do anything. They'll manipulate people for compliments, they'll manipulate people for support, they'll do a variety of things. Now, you'd say this might be true of politicians in general. I think what's important to see here is that an individual does this in a variety of contexts, not just, entertainers obviously want to get admiration and support for what they're doing. That doesn't make them narcissists. But someone is narcissistic when they do this across all contexts. And I think we can see clearly with everything that Trump does, naming all kinds of things after himself, always wanting to be the center of attention, always wanting to, belief that he's special and entitled. You think of, when he talked about the system being corrupt, and he says, well, only I can fix it. Even though he's gotten into office, hasn't fixed anything. If anything, he's made it worse, made the system even more corrupt under his term. So it's clear that he definitely is entitled, seeks excessive admiration, and believes that he's special. All of those things we've covered. The next one, conceited, grandiose sense of self-importance. I think it's pretty clear that he's motivated his followers to believe that God has sent him here to, quote, save the country, and he says only I can fix it. Clearly he has a grandiose sense of self-importance beyond that of probably anyone else who's been president in our lifetimes. The next one is interpersonal exploitation. I think if you read a lot of the stuff and look at the interviews of someone like his former attorney, now I can't remember his name suddenly, definitely said that he does a lot of interpersonal exploitation. You can look at the way he deals with people in the business world, where he ripped off a lot of people and hired people to do construction work for him and a lot of other work, and then didn't pay them. He's many times stiffed attorneys that he's hired and not paid them for the legal work that they did. He's definitely interpersonally exploitative. The next one is arrogant. I don't think there's any doubt about this. You can say this is true of a lot of people that go into politics, but I'm not sure there's anyone more arrogant than Donald Trump that's ever been president. The last one lacks empathy. I don't think there's any doubt about this. A clear example of that is on September 11th in 2001, when Donald Trump heard that the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center had come down. His first thought came to mind. He made a statement, that means the Trump Tower is now the second tallest building in New York City. Everything is about him, and showed no empathy for the thousands of people that died on 9/11. And there are many other instances where he's made comments where he showed no empathy at all. So I don't think there's any doubt there, and it's very common for those with narcissistic personalities to lack empathy. And they lack empathy because they care only about themselves. The entire world revolves around them, everything is about them, and they're completely self-centered. They care only about themselves, therefore they don't care about anyone else, and therefore they lack empathy. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, I can't diagnose, but I can do the same thing all of you can. We can read this and we can say, it seems pretty clear and most likely that Donald Trump probably scores 9 out of 9 on these characteristics, and I'll leave it all for you to judge for yourselves and answer that question. Is Donald Trump a narcissist? Well, I think you can decide for yourself and certainly form your own answer to that question and view on that by looking at these criteria. So that's all we have for today on this video, and I thank you all for watching, and be sure to do the YouTube stuff and like the video and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell to be notified of future videos that get uploaded. And I thank you all for watching and hope you'll join me again for more reality-based content. Because like I say, I'd like to keep it real, and I hope you do too. Thanks.